You know the drill. Garuda will flap happily. Look at the wall, it's nice. You know, it'll need to be a little more wall eventually, but right now, it's good. And we'll work on a little bit more of it. We should have a box with wall material over there, so... Let's go ahead and put the spyglass where it belongs. Man, I am real lost. Hey, Pluffno. How are you? Do I even have any dirt on me? No. Bet I could find some here. Marvelous. No, not very much dirt. However, will I find more? My wheat and I are well. You know, it's just a little bit of wheat here. The real wheat is in a different world. Where else can I find dirt? One of my many dirt chests. Don't mind me, just behaving like a totally normal person. You know, it was only a matter of time before I started getting confident enough in hardcore to plant wheat here. It was a long time. It could have happened earlier, but I mean, what if we had done wheat in World 334 and then died? That would have been very sad. We had to get to this point. Just totally normal behavior. I imagine that just like how the dirt house is entirely ubiquitous, that also the world of wheat, like that everybody eventually just makes one. I would imagine this because I'm a totally normal guy. At least that's what I imagine. It would be terrible if I lost to Wheat World. I need to get like like an external hard drive so I can because I back up my world every like week or so, just in case, I don't know, I sleepwalk and delete it. But you know, I do need one that's like on a different machine. I would like what if my computer was struck by a bolt of lightning and I lost the world of Wheat? I would talk about it for the rest of my life. I'd be like, you know, back in my day, I planted a lot of wheat in Minecraft. Everybody liked it, and they told me it was a lot. And be like, yeah, go to bed. I don't want to live that way. I want to have my wheat forever. The sun sets. The moon's about to rise. And of course, the wheat grows, as it always will. I think it's unlikely my computer gets struck by lightning. Oh, indeed. But that doesn't mean it won't happen. I will often use that as a shorthand idiom to mean any unforeseen disastrous event. It's kind of a Godfather reference. At least that's how I mean it. I take lots of opportunities to make Godfather references, like the bird named Luca. And look at this island, you know, it's already made out of dirt. It's just waiting to be wheat. Hey, Natasha. Just doing totally normal human behaviors here. Indistinguishable from a regular guy. That's how my behavior in this Minecraft world today will be described by everyone who feels the need to do so. Like, I'm not going to stop doing something I like because of what happens at the end. Just because eventually the entire world will be wheat doesn't mean it's not worth doing, right? After all, I can just dig down a couple of levels and do it all over again. It is its destiny. See? Look how nice. And now we've got another little wheat island. I better not show you the super flat world. I do know that they exist. But I think if there was literally nothing but flatness, that would be less fun, you know? Like, I guess I could use the dirt to make a mountain, and that would be nice. We could make a mountain of wheat out of a flat world and then cover it with wheat. Let's fight some creepers. Do I have arrows? Not many. Well, we'll try to fight it right then. What's the worst that could happen? They immediately blow up on each other. Good. Good! Alright, so, probably should have went and got arrows, huh? It happened again. You know, it's day 658. I bet most people would think that if you could live that long in Minecraft Hardcore, you could kill a creeper with a sword. Those people never met me. Everywhere we go, we see the evidence that I am not able to do this. Oh my god. Amazing. You see that? I went up and then the creeper gave me gunpowder at the end rather than just exploding. It happened twice. But it's, you know, it really is annoying. Because you either have to fill them in or just deal with them forever. As you can see, we just deal with them forever. This whole place, it's gonna look like we fought the Wither here. And it's just that I'm bad at fighting creepers. Of course, I could just, like, go further away from home. Shrieking in the sky. Well, fortunately, I have these arrows. Easy. Alright, that should be all of them. We will want to remember to lay down for the night, though, just like, you know, so you don't have them annoyingly swarming around the house or whatever. Someday it'll be in bedrock that can't explode. Oh, nice dream, huh? I guess we could make obsidian to fight them on. I love this song. It's so cool. If it came out whenever I was still in high school, I absolutely would have played it on the chimes all the time and annoyed my band director and other people. But instead, I was playing the chimes, you know, in the late 90s and early 2000s, so I mainly just played Disarm by the Smashing Pumpkins on the chimes. But I would do other stuff too. But as we all know from listening to the song Disarm by the Smashing Pumpkins, it is about the most fun you can have with a chimes hammer. It's not a complex part, it's just very satisfying. That creeper, that one didn't work out. So you could just, like so, before you crash for the whole night and that's enough? Cool. Yes, Precipice is the name of it. We really should make this river dramatically better someday. It's anyone's guess as to whether or not it's going to happen. I mean, life is very long, right? And since I'm never going to die in this Minecraft world, I might indeed have time to do a lot of things. There will be time, there will be time. And we can leave the nether rack there on the one half of it. We'll just replace all the other stuff. Including on this side that won't be visible from the house. Look, part of planting wheat everywhere is that it should be everywhere. Not just the places that are the most aesthetically relevant, but all the other places too. Because all wheat is very important, right? And if you start playing favorites with where you place it, then you're no better than a common farmer. Not that there's anything wrong with being a common farmer, but try being an uncommon one on for size and see how it feels. I bet you'll discover a lot about yourself and wheat. It's so weird looking around and seeing so little wheat, you know? Normally when I'm in the mode, it's just a whole different world. Quite literally, of course. Whoops. Yeah, exactly. Now we can fly with the Elytra. You know, maybe one of these days I'll just get one in my... You know, the survival world... I mean, because I use commands to fly and stuff. Abstractly, it would make more sense as a creative world, but it wouldn't, right? Because the whole point is that, you know, I grew all the wheat. And as soon as I didn't, what's the point anymore, right? I mean, one might say, well, what's the point in the first place, let alone anymore? That's the wrong kind of question. But yeah, you know, it's because if we had rockets, we could just like fly over the field a lot faster. But now the time of the carrots is upon us. Either that or the time of realizing there are too many pigs. Whichever comes first could be one and then the other. That's the thing about carrots, is that they spontaneously generate a very large amount of pigs. It's been observed. What don't I care about? Oh, that can just go in the bundle. The wall. Well, you know how, like, the zombies would come in from the mountain and they would wake this guy up whenever he was sleeping? And I thought, well, instead of, like, making a house or moving the bed, we'll just build a nice wall around. And also, one of my friends in their creative world, they built this nice wall, and I was inspired by it. This wall's not nearly as good as their wall. Their wall is much more aesthetic and better in every way. You know, it's not just unfinished. But we're gonna put little towers on it, and then we can put like golems in it on the tower crenellations and give them names of like famous defenders. You know, so because eventually, you know, we've gotta protect this place. Once there's a lot of wheat, it's gonna attract, you know, envious foes. Speaking of, we can make this wall work right now by removing the ability of our foes to jump over it. That gravel did not belong there. It must have been an Enderman. This dirt also was probably an Enderman. Probably. I guess I could have left it. Maybe I just left it there. Snow golems. Ah, yes. We should definitely get them too. Let's see. Oh, we're just, we got like this wall thing. We're not really... Right now we're about to mint something. So we've just been planting a little bit of wheat. But right now I wanted to mend up my shovel because it was getting low. And of course, there are lots of schools of thought about the best way to mend your items. But I think, you know, a big field of pigs is a pretty good one. There used to be a whole lot more in it. But one thing led to another, and we hit several of them with the stick that was attached to like a sword, so they didn't make it. But then we got large amounts of pork chops. We need to move the cow pasture to the other side of the river so we can see Hank at nighttime. You know, he's a good cow dog. We know he's always there, but it's still nice to be able to look down at him. Alright, pretty good. We're now getting sort of diminished ones that don't have already. Breeding thing going on, so there we go. Seems fine. There's definitely not going to be any wheat anywhere. I wonder why. Oh yeah, this is where we would find the dirt at, huh? That's a good place for it. We're just going to put more stuff in these. You know, that's the thing about stuff. As long as you immediately put it into a box, it's where it belongs. Well, on the village, maybe not the whole village, but, so, like, this part, you know, we've got it separated off, and then, because we had it terminated there, we could go the whole way around. But really, so, as a joke, but also genuinely, so zombies kept waking this guy up, and so he wasn't getting, you know, as good of rest as he needed to. And rather than build a house or move the bed, I elected to build a wall so that he could sleep better at night. And that's all real. That's all real facts. That's all the actual in-universe explanation for why this is happening. But indeed, yeah, the villagers won't buy it already cooked. Which I learned in my survival world by accident. I mean, not like they often buy all of it anyway, but you know, we only have, what, 10, 11 stacks there, so it's just like 800 meat that we haven't unloaded yet. They'll only buy like less than 2 whole stacks at once, right? I think it's something like that. So it takes a long time. I mean, we could just get more butcher villagers, but you know, we're not gonna do that. That would be what, like, a smarter and better player would do. We're just gonna mine some wheat, or, you know, farm it if you prefer. That's the thing about the carrots, though, is it's such a better way of translating your farming time into that, because, like, for all of this, we're just gonna get like a few dozen wheat, and for all of that over there, we get, you know, several hundred carrots, because of course the seeds are also what you get. But, you know, if you're selling the cow meat to villagers, you get more experience for it. It probably is more filling. I don't know the stats on items. I never look anything up. But it probably, like, is better for hunger, the beef is, than the pork chops, I imagine. And now we're just gonna plant these where the carrots belong. That won't do. we're kind of like low on carrot area anyway. We just got, you know, a little measly amount of carrots. Should we get some dye for these sheep so they'll be a color I like better? I mean, maybe. Do I have anything to dye them on me? Maybe not. Yellow is a color. Can you get red dye out of redstone? No. But you can get pink out of those, so that's what we'll do. Hooray! The era of the pink sheep is upon us. Like, for my money, the orange sheep is just, like, the most handsome of all sheep. And I don't even like sheep. Y'all know that about me. Although I've never explained why. I will eventually. For the 1 million subscriber special. Black Sheep Farm, Heavy Metal Sheep, indeed. So, my favorite band, Ockerville River, has an album called Black Sheep Boy, actually. And it is an awesome record. It is their second album. Very, very sad stuff, but then again, like, basically all of Ockerville River is. The orange sheep is the black sheep, indeed. It's the best one, you can tell by the way it is. That's a handsome cat. I guess we should try to tame them. I don't have any regular fish around though, do I? I have one fish. Because we need to tame all the cat variants. They would just be like a barn cat, you know, like we're just gonna like not name this cat. We're gonna try to feed it one salmon and see if it gets tamed. That's exactly what we'll do. This cat will stand guard over over the railway. It'll be a rail cat. You know, I kind of do like its piercing blue eyes and wise demeanor. You know. Maybe we'll give the cat a name eventually. These trees are good, but they don't work, like, here. They don't work here at all. Which is fine. You know, we'll get some more saplings and more dark oak wood, which, although we do have absolutely lots of it now, you know, you can never have too much. It is the most handsome of all wood types. Everybody knows that. If you've ever read books about wizards where they're also carpenters, you'll know that they're always all about the dark oak. I'm not claiming to be a wizard. First of all, I'm not a carpenter. So it would make no sense at all for me to be a wizard if I can't even make, like, a table or a chair. Like, why would you even think that I was a wizard? It's ridiculous. Ow. Now I can just cut down my own dark oak forest without destroying the whole other forest. And then Dr. Seuss can write a book about me where he's like, I don't like that guy. But for personality reasons, not because he has destroyed everything beautiful about the natural world. And I'll be like, thanks, Doc. We're not going to talk about all that bad stuff that you used to do. That's not important, because you just said something nice about me. Thank you, Dr. Seuss. And that's how the conversation would go. I know you're saying, hasn't he been dead for like a super long time? Yeah, technically. But that doesn't mean he wouldn't still have an opinion about me cutting down a bunch of trees and not planting them again at the end. They're such awesome trees. They grow, like, really interestingly into each other. A lot of trees do that. You don't get the opportunity to see it if you don't plant them yourself, because the naturally generated ones tend to get a little more space than you would do if you were trying to get, like, a really, really, truly dense canopy. Like, you can get, like, a cherry tree ring where they're just, like, touching each other almost, but, you know, the game wisely doesn't put most things that close together. Just bamboo. If any of you are victims of running into bamboo in a jungle, you may be entitled to compensation. I love this song so much. It makes me want to go buy a real pickaxe and set out. It's the most Minecraft of all Minecraft songs to me. Of course, I only played the game for like a year, but it has all the feelings in 10 minutes that I associate with Minecraft. What? What? This is outrageous. You see, this right here is why the wall is important. Now, these jerks are out here. What are they doing? They're just like crawling up. You're walking up the countryside. You're coming to my house. Mine. Yeah, you better run. Where's that other one? Boom! Think I'm afraid of you? I am not. Outrageous behavior. Where did you come from? Alright, well now that's dealt with. But anyway, thanks to the inhospitable terrain and the wall, we were able to keep our enemies out. I hate to think what could have happened to all of our beloved pigs if those evil pillagers had come inside. I mean, like, anything could have happened. Somebody could have went in and started hitting them with a sword. Can you imagine? That'd be terrible. But fortunately, that didn't happen. And all of the pigs are, wherever they are, intact. Well, mostly. From time to time, a donation of pork may be required. It's just a normal sort of pork sharing arrangement. The Minecraft moon does have phases, but it's like, you know, in its own way. They don't correspond to the phases that we would recognize. Like one of them's this one, with a square inside of another square. That's not a normal moon phase, but it is very important. I jumped. It's like, oh no, I'm under attack. Alright, all these things disappeared. That's the same as picking them up on time and taking them where they're supposed to be. Indistinguishable in all ways. Just absolutely, literally the same. After all, we wouldn't want to waste some perfectly good dirt. No decent person would ever speak to us again. Guaranteed that our nose is circled inside of another circle. You know, it could be. It could be. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I know anything about the way that the sun or the moon actually are. The one thing I can tell you definitively is that if the moon was made of spare ribs, I would eat it. Doug! Doug, the donator of beautiful seeds. Dig Doug. Moosha Smalls and Baby Moosh. And of course, Noble Cornelius. Wow, look at that. A whole field of miscreants. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna pull out my bow and arrow and from this vantage point, defeat them. From this vantage point, defeat them. Yeah, you better run. It's actually a lot harder to make these shots than any other shots I try to make in the game. Not like for difficulty's sake. I mean, like once you do a couple to get ranged, you know, it's fine. It's just because I'm so high up here. Normally you don't have this much of an elevation thing to worry about, but clean. Now, of course, the most important thing is that we don't make a creeper blow up on any of our flowers. That will be unacceptable, you know, for reasons that I think are pretty obvious. Creeper, run! Alright, now it's raining, which is good for me. Not so good for these Endermen who are allergic. Alright, well, we did not run away. Our flowers were blown up. But we're gonna try to rebuild here. Seems okay. Alright, and now we just want to pick up some of the gunpowder that we got when we were committing archery earlier. Alright, looks like that's about all of it. Three effect spiders. Yeah, that definitely would be a problem early in a world. But now, of course, the real risk is not realizing that you haven't eaten a pork chop in a while. Because after you take like 80 hits without health regen, I mean, you could really get hurt. I just charge into any amount of enemies and knowing that if they're not a witch, I don't have to worry about it. Or I guess a piglin brute has armor piercing attacks as well. Man, I really need to make more staircases. I just haven't figured out how to do it yet. The one that goes nowhere could go, like, right here and just go nowhere. But how best to make one that only goes up? And then how best to make one that only goes down? You know, Tevye was onto something. Well, it comes to that time again. A little bit more wall, a little bit more wheat. And now, with that trimmed down a bit, we can totally see that island even better. And the wheat growing up around the nether portal, which I think looks downright awesome here in the daybreak. Might want to make an island over there on top of that kelp forest. But anyway, yeah, it's yeah, because we had the trees that were right there. It was sort of blocking that a little bit. But anyway, that's all I've got for you for right now. Time for me to wrap this up and go to bed. The Lava Chicken one? Oh, I thought it was a very catchy song, you know? We listened to it just the other stream whenever we signed off. Yeah, we got it, you know, beat a chicken jockey thing. But anyway, I invite you to sit, stand, or kneel for the playing of the national anthem, Lena Raine's Other Side. Luca is having a time. Bella is sitting around. Here's some seeds for Garuda. But yeah, I'm having a really good time. Day 661. The lightning strikes. The thunder roars. We're not gonna worry about it. Nothing can hurt us inside of our house. But yeah, I having a good time. Been playing more of a variety of games recently, which has always been the goal. So that's been feeling good. I'm sure I'll settle into a familiar one or two before too long, but I'm gonna keep on trying to play through more of my library and, you know, experience the art and all that. It always feels good to actually play another game. I have so many, you know. An embarrassment of riches. But it's about time for me to go to bed. Of course, coming up on the weekend, so the lightning hit the village. I don't see anything burning down, so hopefully they got better. Oh, there's a zombie actively chasing villagers over there. You know, we should probably lay down. They're all in distress. The golem's not helping at all. Put all of them in a wheel and gamble what to play. Yeah, you know. Do that in the morning, and then if I have to download it, it won't take too long. But yeah, the thunder rolls inside here. But that's all we've got. That's all we've got right now. But yeah, Natasha, if I put all my Steam games into a wheel, it would take only 2.5 years to play them. But yeah, the villagers, you know, they are, as you say, they're writing their own stories. They're not just me, you know, they're their own people, and they are certainly having a time of it. They certainly are. But now everything is fine again. They are farming in the rain. They are chatting it up. They're having a good time. And we're going to leave them to it. When we return, it'll be probably more of this. You know me, I'm not too ambitious. Now, we will want to go back out to the trail ruin and populate it. So maybe we'll do that. But anyway, we did move Indiana out there the other day. But like I said, that's all I've got for you. Good night, Natasha. So nice to see you, as always. And, yep. If you're watching in the future, I hope the weather's nice. Perhaps I'll see you in another stream or video coming up on the weekend, so my work week beginning. But, you know, I'll try to be around for a little bit here or there, as I always do try to be. So, hopefully I'll see you there. Good night.